Hi, Gina with today's thought, and today's thought is actually going to be Donald Trump giving you his thoughts, with which I agree, his thoughts on two of the issues that are major issues in this campaign year. One of them, the unlawful aliens flooding over our border. Now that video is only it's 45 seconds, I see, very short one. The second one is about what's happening on these college campuses, these pro-Hamas demonstrators who are causing so much havoc on all these campuses. And I have to digress just a little bit, because as well, it's shocking but not surprising. I suppose we should not be surprised, but the police raided the UCLA campus in California, where one of these demonstrations was going on, arrested a whole bunch of people, and guess what? They've all been let go already. They've already been let go. So there's your liberal justice, or at least California justice for you. And I would also add, as a point of interest, the police making these arrests are discovering that as much as half of these people on these campuses who are being arrested are not students at all. And some of them are actually paid agitators and paid demonstrators. So, I don't want to give you, you're going to hear Donald Trump in a second talking about it. So that one's a little bit longer. It's actually a clip from an even longer video. So I'm going to put the total video under in the description, because he talks about the trial. He's making the statement from outside the courtroom, so he's talking about the trial. And actually, one important point that he makes is that this case could have been brought 8 years ago, and they deliberately, Alvin Bragg could have brought the case 8 years ago. He chose to do it now in an election, just about the time when it was confirmed, Super Tuesday, that Trump would be the nominee, and suddenly this 8-year-old case that nobody wanted to prosecute 8 years ago or any time in between, suddenly is on the it's on the docket, and Trump is in the courtroom. So without further ado, here is Donald Trump on immigration.
Look at Paris. Look at London. They're no longer recognizable. And I'm going to get myself into a lot of trouble with the folks in Paris and the folks in London. But you know what? That's the fact. They are no longer recognizable. And we can't let that happen to our country. We have incredible culture, tradition. Nothing wrong with their culture, their tradition. We can't let that happen here. And I'll never let it happen to the United States of America.
That was Donald Trump on immigration. Now here he is on what he calls radical morons. And I would call them that too. But anyways, here's Donald.
So we're going to go in right now, and I will comment just quickly on the colleges and universities. It's a shame. I'm so proud of the New York's finest. They're great people too. I know so many of them. They're incredible. They did a job at Columbia. And likewise in Los Angeles, they did a really good job at UCLA. It was very much embedded. And just so you understand, this is the radical left. This is a movement from the left, not from the right. The right is not your problem. Despite what law enforcement likes to say, the FBI director said that he worries about the right. Now, don't worry about the right. The right's fine. Worry about the left, because this is a movement from the left. These are radical left lunatics. And they got to be stopped now, because it's going to go on, and it's going to get worse and worse. And, they take over countries, okay? And we're not letting them take over the USA. We're not letting the radical left morons take over this country. You can't let that happen. And the law enforcement and the people at DOJ, instead of going after Donald Trump, they ought to look at what's happening in their own offices, because you're loaded up with radical left people that want this country to fail. And we're not going to let this country fail. Thank you very much.
That's my thought for today. I think after hearing what you just heard Trump say, you can understand why Democrats don't want to talk about either of those issues. But Trump is happy to talk about them. He'll be talking about them often, I believe, during the campaign. And well, as I said, that's my thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. Your comments are always welcome below the video in the comment section. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. Share this video with anyone you think would benefit from it. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see you all again. And until, well, let me just give you one little thing before I say, come back again, whatever, until next time. Just a little item to throw out to you in case you haven't heard. And things could change. But I'm recording this on Friday. You're seeing it on Monday. But the Israelis have given Hamas a deadline. There's been all this negotiating about a deal to free some hostages in exchange for some very generous concessions on the Israeli side. And I don't want to get into the weeds. That could be a whole separate vlog. The only item I want to share with you is that at least as of the time I'm talking to you, Israel has given Hamas 1 week to accept Israel's offer, and if they do not accept it, they are going into Rafah. Now, anything could happen between now and then, because I thought they would have gone into Rafah long ago, and the Israelis haven't. So, partly because of pressure from this horrible administration under which we are suffering, the Biden administration. But, as I said, that's my thought for today, and I gave you the whole yada, yada, yada. So until I see you next time, bye.